Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. This is Sean from Zarz Comics and Collectibles and Comics. Uh, just doing my regular Thursday night stream. Tonight I'll be going through my Teen Titans run, starting off with my new Teen Titans first run. So, going through these books, and I just surprising at how many minor key books there is in this run. So at the same time, I will be going through Key Collector and just talking about the key significance of some of these books. All right, let's start. So we're doing the new Teen Titans run. So big fan of the Teen Titans. So, and this book is signed by Marv Wolfman, if I'm right. And we got Teen Titans #1. So we will share the screen. So let's do this. Okay. Teen Titans 1. So the first book is obviously probably one of the two biggest keys in this run. So you have the first appearance of Grant Wilson, also known as Ravenger, which is Deathstroke's son, not in costume. This is the second team appearance and origin of the new Teen Titans: Beast Boy, Cyborg, Kid Flash, Raven, Robin, Starfire, and Wonder Girl. And then obviously you have second appearance of the big three, or some of the big three, in Starfire, Cyborg, and Raven in this book. So next book up, let's move this for now. So we have the new Teen Titans #2. This is a Pence variant. Semi grade, not too high, not too low grade. Has a few imperfections, but pretty cool book. So I know most people will know that this book is obviously probably the biggest key in this run, being the first appearance of Deathstroke the Terminator, first appearance and death of Ravenger, son of Deathstroke, appears in issue 1, not in costume. First appearance of Wintergreen, Deathstroke's mentor. First cameo appearance of Trigon, as Demotic Eyes. And then obviously all these characters have the possibility of showing up in movies. So a lot of DC. Spectre. Thanks, dude. Okay. Then we have Teen Titans #3. Cool cover. Very different. Dr. Light is back. 50 center. So now, as I said, there's a lot of keys in this run. Surprisingly, for like a 40 book run, there's like 33 keys. Not all of them are big or anything important, but there is some. So in this issue #3, we have the first team appearance of Fearsome 5, Prism, Mammoth, Gizmo, Shimmer, and Dr. Light. Then we have the origin of Raven, origin of Starfire, and first mention of the name Trigon. Then we have, let's do it this way. Can we move me across? No. Alright, so I keep removing it. Then we have the Justice League of America versus the New Teen Titans. Issue number 4. Lot of characters on the front cover there. Let's see if it focuses in. Pretty awesome cover. So number 4 is first full cameo appearance and origin of Trigon, the Terrible, Raven's father. First appearance of Arella, also known as Angela Roth, Raven's mother, and partial origin of Raven. Like I said, a lot of key books in this run. So next up we have issue 5. So another really cool cover. And in the first few issues of this, you see all of the Teen Titans on each cover. So next up we have book 5, which is the first full appearance of Trigon the Terrible, origin of Raven, and Aurelia continued. So let's see if we do that, makes it easier. Okay, next up we have book 6. Another really cool cover. All the Teen Titans there. So cover 6 is the first cover appearance of Trigon, origin of Aurelia, and Raven concludes. And there is a printing error of this book, which is a DC's New Titans number 6 cover wrapped around the Marvel 2-in-1 74. Only 2 known existence, with one that was listed on eBay for 1.15 million. Interesting book to have. I know I'm not lucky enough to have one of those 2, but okay, next up we have issue 7, Assault on Titan's Tower. Again, another cover with all the Titans on it, and origin of Cyborg. So book 7 is origin of Cyborg, as it states on the cover, and death of Silius Stone, Cyborg's father. Silius, I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, so we have issue number 8. So some really cool art from back then, and there was a fair amount of covers done in this style, the split style. So issue number 8 we have is the first appearance of Terry Long, husband of Donna Troy, and first appearance of Sarah Sims, a friend of Cyborg. So it looks like the first 10 covers in this series are all minor key books in some way. So we have the New Titans number 10, and you have the Titans all on strings, all tied up. Really like the basic design on the Titans. I know the art these days looks really cool, but just nice, simple designs on Raven and Robin, simple costumes. I think it was really cool back then. So, book 10 obviously has the key for being the second appearance of Deathstroke briefly. So, you don't see much of him. And the next book I'll be showing is the third appearance of Deathstroke, 2-panel second appearance in number 9, and origin of Beast Boy Beast Boy retold. So this is book 10. So another cool cover with all the Titans on it. So not often these days that you keep seeing covers with all the characters on them. Then we have book 11, some floating heads and some characters. So let's see. Is book 11 a key in any way? But no. So next one's not for a few books. Okay. So book 11, no minor key, no nothing. But we have book 12. Another cool cover with a whole bunch of characters getting ready for war. It reminds me of the opening sequence of the X-Men 92 cartoon when you got the Magneto and the villains running at Professor X and the heroes. I know this book may have came out before that, so maybe the X-Men stole it from there. We have New Teen Titans number 13. On the quest for the legendary killers of the Doom Patrol. Okay. Next key book we have in the run is number 14. So one of the more tamer covers so far in this run. So number 14 is Origin of Doom Patrol, first team appearance of the new Brotherhood of Evil, Houndgan, Phobia, Rap, Plasmus, Brain, and Monsieur Malia. And then the next book, 15, which is an iconic, well, not an iconic cover, but a pretty popular cover. You got Death of Madame Rogue, killed by Beast Boy, and Death of General Zal by Suicide. And cover 15. So there's a lot happening in this cover. You can see, like always, a lot of characters on this Teen Titan run in the covers. Then we have book 16. With a free Captain Carrot Prelude pullout. Titans all on the cover. So 16, let's have a look. So 16 gives us the first team appearance of Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo crew. Rubber Duck, Yankee Poodle, Pig Iron, Alley Cat Abar, and Fastback. I did not know that I had the first appearance of Captain Carrot and the Zoo crew. That's nice to know. Next up, we have book 17. Pretty cool basic cover. Again, all the characters on the cover. So 17 gives us the first appearance of Francis Kane, later becomes Magneto. Okay, and we get a break for a few books from any keys. So we have Teen Titans 18. Teen Titans 19. Now, from all the covers you've seen, to get to cover 20 is a completely different take on art. It's cover 20. So, very tamed, basic cover compared to what everything else has been. And number 20 gives us the first appearance of the Disruptor. And then going on to 21, we have the first appearance of Brother Blood, first appearance of Mother Mayhem, first appearance of Byron Winters, first cameo appearance of the Monitor, voice only, preview of Night Force. So, as I said, a lot of minor key stuff in these books, but there's only the one or two really big key books. So, New Teen Titans 21. And then you have Teen Titans 22. Call him Brother Blood. So 22 is a little bit more of a key compared to the others. So you have the first cameo appearance of Blackfire, the sister of Starfire. Then going on to 23, we have the first full appearance of Blackfire, first appearance of Adrian Chase, later becomes Vigilante. So a lot of key characters in later on DC lore show up in this run. Blackfire and Starfire. Front cover. Then we have the Omega Men join forces with Teen Titans. Issue number 24. Another busy cover, a lot of characters. Not sure if 24 is a key. It is just the first appearance of X-Hal. Then jumping into 26, which is still 2 books away. We got 25. Just a space filler book. Then you have 26. Call them Runaways. So 26 becomes another one of the key characters in this run. So you have the first appearance of Terra, a girl with the ability to manipulate rock and other organic material. Then you have book 27, which is preview of Atari Force. So Atari Force is another book that was tied in with the Atari gaming cabinet. So, number 27. Then we have number 28. We have someone in the background.
Hello.
How you going, buddy?
All right.
How's things been?
Going all right. I just went on a game show with Bo.
I seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's right. That's right.
Are you a millionaire now?
Definitely not. I got a lot of answers wrong. I need to drink
Was
that.
it about Marvel, DC stuff, or random?
It was a bit of everything: comic books, movies, Aussieverse. Had a lot of, but there was a lot of funny moments. There was a couple of phone a friend moments that I thought were quite funny.
So typical Bo greatness.
Typical unorganized Bo. Let's say that.
Okay. So makes a lot of sense.
Titan keys, hey?
Yeah, more just the first new Teen Titans run in general. But as I was saying, there's 40 books in the run, and I think 33 or 36 of them are considered keys, according to Key Collector. So, very, very unique run. So, but I'll get back to it. It was up to 28. So, this is the second appearance of Tara, as far as I know, and first cover of Tara, whatever you want to call her. Then you have nothing for a few books, so just have some random covers. I'm pretty sure most of this is all George Perez, and he puts himself through a lot of work doing these covers. The amount of characters there are on each cover, just crazy. So we have 31. Awesome Raven cover.
Have you got all those one shots of the characters?
I've got most of them. I wasn't planning on collecting them. Then I got some of them, and I keep tossing up if I'm gonna get them or not. So I'm trying to focus on the first Teen Titans run, and I've got a few books here and there, so I might finish that before I start collecting any of the other stuff. So we have 32. Which is the first appearance of Thunder and Lightning. Not exactly sure who they are, but what's a Teen Titans run without a whole bunch of characters we don't know? You got New Teen Titans 33. Who killed Trident?
I was going to grab a drink.
No stress, dude. Then we have the New Teen Titans 34. So this is a controversial issue. Interactions between Terra and Deathstroke's first established in this issue indicate a sexual relationship despite him being the 16-year-old girl's senior by decades. This relationship was revisited in the 2016 Deathstroke series with fewer subtleties and addressed when Slade apologizes to Terra, also known as Tara. First full cover appearance of Deathstroke, seen in shadows of the cover on New Teen Titans 2. First cameo appearance of Adeline Wilson in a photo. Then number 35 gives us the first cameo appearance of Vigilante in costume, one panel. So we get the first appearance of Adrian Chase and the first appearance of Vigilante in this run.
Vigilante.
Yeah.
The guy from that show.
Yeah, from Peacekeeper.
Yeah. Is that his first appearance? Really? I didn't know that. I thought his first appearance was like was something different.
So they're saying it's in this, but then you also see that it's on the annual. I think the first full proper appearance is on the New Teen Titans annual, where you see him on the front alone. But yeah, you got number 35, no, 36. So considering when this cover came out, the artwork by George Perez is just crazy. And 36 is a minor key in some way as well. Nope, not even 36. 38. So 37. A lot of different covers. You have some that are crazy busy like this. Then you have some that are basic. So like this cover, simple, basic. So 38 gives us the origin of Donna Troy. Origin of Wonder Girl, Donna Troy. Then you have the last cover, which is the last appearance of Dick Grayson as Robin. Becomes Nightwing in Tales of Teen Titans 44.
Is that a nothing book? Is that?
Yeah.
I thought that'd be some sort of key that I bet you down here. What issue is it? Let me look it up. Bet you people here are selling for $30.
Issue 39.
Issue 39 of the new Teen
Titans. It's not by any means an expensive book.
Oh yeah, $7, $8, $7, $9. Let's see a ridiculous one. $35. That's in the US too. The $35 one.
Then you got the last book in the run, which is the New Teen Titans 40. His name is Brother Blood. And then you have a call Masters of the Universe.
That's what I'm into.
Video game.
Oh, what? Show us the screens at the bottom there. I don't remember that game at all. Surely I played it though. That would have been like original Nintendo, right?
I don't even ever remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Mattel Inc. 1983. Under license from Mattel, The Power of He-Man, Intertelevision, and Atari 2600.
Atari? So, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what it says there, 2600 Atari.
It's crazy.
Video game.
That was actually the last book I read was actually a He-Man book, believe it or not.
Okay, you actually read that book?
Yeah, I read something. Oh no, the cat knocked over. Oh man, the cat keeps like. I've got all these books stacked up in a box next to me. The cat always uses it to jump up on the table. So the first issue has gone flying off somewhere, but this Masters Universe Revelation.
I've got that run too.
Yeah, it's actually really good. This second issue was so good, right? It was weird though. It reminded me of like a Joker story because it kind of tells the origin of Skeletor. But then, and like, it kind of makes him. It makes you kind of feel sorry for him, because like his family gets like murdered and stuff like that. But at the end, I think Evil Lynn's like, that's all bullshit, isn't it? He's like, and I think he's like, yeah. And I was like, what was it? So was that your origin story or not? Like, you didn't know. At the end, I was like, it's like you left unsure if that story was true or not. If it was just a made up story. If it's a made up story, then I feel ripped off. But if it was true, then it was a good story.
I don't know a lot about Masters of the Universe to say if it's even close to being true or not.
Well,
So
if you actually did, you watch it as a kid?
I did, but I was like really a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. Like I barely remember anything. But if you actually go back and just watch an old episode, you'll be like, whoa! I forgot that it was so like camp. Like it was so silly.
I've watched bits and pieces of it here and there. I watched the new series, the Kevin Smith one, which
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
too bad.
isn't that it? Isn't
Yeah,
Revelations the Kevin Smith one?
yeah,
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. I think I haven't watched after I read that. I actually read that and then I watched the first episode or two.
yeah. It's not a bad series
It's
for
not about
what
He
it.
Man though. That one, He Man like
Yeah,
disappears at the end of the first episode.
but they're what do you call it? He was building up the story into the second season, so it's interesting. It's different, but it's typical Kevin Smith. Like he looks at things from the last person you expect him to look at a perspective from when he does something. So it was interesting enough. So
The new that new Predator show is pretty good. Sorry, Predator movie, that the animated one.
I've heard good things about it. I just haven't had a chance to.
Well, it depends. It's cool if I mean, look, even if you weren't that into Predator, oh, the sticker.
Yeah,
I guess even if you weren't that into Predator, it's still kind of cool. Like it's an anthology, which at first I didn't realize that, and I was like, oh, I'm not really that into anthologies, but it ties. The end's really cool. The
yeah,
end's
it
really cool.
ties everything in. I
Yeah.
heard it's three stories in three eras and three wars or something,
Yeah.
and just how they've been around for the whole time, playing part in our history.
And then the twist at the end, it's not a twist, but like I guess the reveal at the end is like really cool for like Predator lore. It's very cool.
No, it's good that. So me and Mickey were having this conversation. Like when Disney bought Fox, you didn't know if they were buying it just to get the content and never going to use it, or if they were buying it to get the content to actually grow their stature and build on what they had. And it seems like they're doing a lot better with the stuff like Aliens and
Than
that
they
and
are with Star
Predator
Wars.
than they are with the original things they had, like Star Wars and Marvel
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, because the new
So,
Alien show looks. Oh, I cannot wait for the new Alien show. It looks so good.
oh, well, it's good that they're doing well with that stuff. It means they care. Now they just got to spread that care through the whole studio.
Because like when it comes to Alien Predator, there's such big franchises, but if you think about it, there's not actually many good movies that come from those franchises. Predator, in my eyes, Predator has 3 good films in the entire franchise, and Aliens have maybe 3 as well. That's about it.
How many films is there in the franchise to only be 3 good ones?
Predator has Predator, Predator 2, Predators, The Predator, Aliens
Sure.
versus Predator, Aliens versus Predator 2. Is there one I'm missing? But the only good Predator movies are the first one. I don't even like the second one that much. I think the first one's good. I reckon Prey was good, which was the more recent one. And Predators with Adrian Brody was pretty good too. But all
So,
the other ones, I don't. I went back and watched the second one. And I was like, I don't think it's that good. The end of it's cool, but the movie itself's slow and boring. And Aliens, the first two are good. And then maybe the new one is all right as well.
Okay, I'm not really a person who's watched them, so I didn't even really click that there was that many Predator movies or Alien movies.
And Aliens versus Predator is bad. Like all those versus movies are so shit. No one ever does it right. Just
So
choose who's going to win. There's never a winner in those films. That's what's stupid about them.
going through this, you've got
Oh,
so
that includes video games though as well.
no, but I've just the thing you got Predator War, Alien Predator War, which I think is a game. So now starting here, Prey. So you got Prey, Predators, Alien versus Predator Recrown, Alien vs Predator, Predator Dark Ages,
That's a
which
game
was
as
a
well.
short,
Oh, short. Okay.
Predator 2, The Predator, Predator Badlands, and Predator Killers of Killers.
So Badlands is the one that's coming out later
Which
in
is
the
the
year,
new movie,
which looks good
isn't it?
too.
And then let's see what Aliens has.
Aliens has 1, 2, 3, Resurrection, and then the AVP movies, and then Romulus. I think is that it?
We'll find out in a second. So we have Aliens,
Oh, sorry.
Alien
Then there's
Predator.
Prometheus and all that stuff as well. Prometheus, Alien Covenant. I forgot about those. They're the more modern ones, which aren't that good.
Yeah, it's bringing up too many.
It's bringing up every alien movie that's not Aliens.
Yeah, aliens in America. That makes sense.
Illegal aliens.
Yeah, I keep saying to myself that I really need to get to watching those movies.
You only
But
need to
I
watch
never
the first two. You watch the first two and you're good. You don't need to watch anything after that.
One day I'll probably get to them.
The first two are classics, but the second one, in my opinion, like, is a lot of people prefer the first one over the second one. But if you had to, this is how I explain it. If you had to watch one of those two movies, you could only watch one of those movies for the rest of your life, you would say number two. It's just much more fast paced and yeah. Number one's a bit slower, but still good.
Okay. How was the rest of Nova Oz Comic Con for you?
It was alright. It went too quick. We didn't even get through the whole place. We got halfway through Artist Alley and then we had to go film the cosplay comp. What time did you guys leave?
I was there till end.
Oh, really? Because we got kicked out. Like, we were literally walking around still up. No, literally, it was 5 on the dot. And one of the staff came and said, "Oh, you guys, the door's that way." And we're like, "Whoa, calm down. Do you know who I am?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, so I helped some artists pack up. So I was still in there after it closed, but I don't rate it highly anymore.
Well, for you, if you're looking for comic books, then definitely not.
No, when you call it Oz Comic Con, and a comic is not.
Well, yeah, but that's a worldwide thing now, man. Like, I mean, San Diego Comic Con. I mean, they probably have more comic vendors than we do here, but like, still,
Yes,
it's a cosplay pop culture spectacle, you know?
Yes, but it's still about the comic world. Like, you go into San Diego knowing it's about the movies, but the movies are all based on comics and stuff like that. You have Warner Brothers there, you have for DC, Marvel. Here, it's a Comic Con, and you had one person selling comics, really, because they don't really count Kings as selling comics.
Mm.
So there was.
Well, that's what I.
Okay. Sorry.
There you go.
It's more trades. All right, I get their comics, but like, you calling yourself Comic Con, you'd expect a bit more.
Well, what I said was in my vlog, I think I said Kings have comics, but they're more like they sell trades, but they also sell collectible comics like slabs. and things like that. And there, you don't really get them much here in Australia. You don't get that stuff. It's not as common to get slab books, CGC books, yellow label CGC, and things like that. You don't see that much here, so they definitely cater for that.
It's not that you don't see it much here, it's we don't see it at our shows here because people don't like to cart them around to shows.
Well, Bruce is more like your old school back issue
Yeah.
comics,
That's right. Bruce,
which include all the big books.
Bruce was just like, Bruce is what you expect to see at a Comic Con. And that was the only thing there.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Make it small.
So our shows have really started to get very interesting in their sense of what they call themselves and what they actually are. So,
but that's what I'm saying. There's only one real comic book show here, and that's Yarraville. Which, when most people go to Yarraville, they're like, "Oh, is this it?" Like, it's a small show. But for comics, it's the best show.
yeah, but I see it as it also comes what you advertise yourself as.
Well, they advertise themselves as Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair. See, toy people would go to Yarraville and be like, "Was that it?"
Yeah, but you have to remember it's also called a fair. So a fair normally describes a smaller thing. When you hear Oz Comic Con advertising themselves, Melbourne's biggest show, come meet superstars, meet this and that, and then they don't deliver on it. Like you said you got halfway through Artist Alley. There was that much space in the venue, but they made Artist Alley that small that you couldn't even walk through it when people were in it.
Artist Alley was decent size. It wasn't Supernova, but like
No, but I mean the size of the aisles between. Like
that's
if there
why, man.
was
Seriously, man, the Royal Exhibition Building, mate, they got to do more events there. I was so impressed by that venue. It was so good. So much space, dude. Like so you couldn't get to a table because every table was packed. But walking the aisles in between the tables facing each other was so much space. It is. Have you ever been to a thing there?
which the old exhibition building,
The one in Carlton, next to the museum.
Yeah, when they used the Oz Comic Con.
Yeah, because I saw Rod was there, and he told me, he goes, "Oh, Oz Comic Con used to be. I used to work for Oz Comic Con, and the second one, this is where it was."
Yeah. So the good thing about that building when they did it there, you know how there's the upstairs section?
Yeah.
So they had all the signatures on the upstairs section.
Yeah, okay.
So the floor was just the shops and the artists and stuff, and then you went upstairs to meet all the actors. So the people were split up. Like did you see how far the guests were from the Artist Alley?
Yeah. All right there.
If any guest had a crazy line, where were those people meant to go? They don't plan anything out smartly.
Well, mate, just bring back Days of Future Pop Culture and show them how it's done.
Yeah, I wish. I'm working on it.
2026.
I got to convince some people to come in as business partners and help me do it. One's on the screen and the other one is a person that he does a stream with.
You mean who also is on my screen sometimes?
Yeah. So
okay. I always thought, in fact, when we eventually get you on the podcast, we're going to do one more, I think. I want to do an Alien Predator episode with Mark, and then after that, we'll do we'll have you on and we'll talk about, because I think I want to do a string of them because I know everyone now. I want to probably have you on first because you do a show that doesn't exist anymore, but it's also a small show. And then we could get on. I could probably get Andrew on, who does Vintage and Modern, and Will as well. Like get them both on. Get Nyan on. Get Billy on, and do that. And because people always like the business side talks with Mark when I do videos with Mark. I mean, it'd be like the event version of that.
It's interesting to see why people start doing a show, why they keep doing it, what reason they grow and not grow, and what they want to do. It's just a matter of, so it's a lot of work for one person, and that's the struggle that I have. And it used to obviously be a little bit easier before with Danny, but now to try and take on all that by myself and do everything just makes it a little bit, it's not something I don't think I can do, but if it comes down to it that I need help and I'm not getting it, then it just makes it difficult. And I don't want to be that person who stuffs people over for no reason and not of my own fault. So, but yeah, I do want to bring it back. Hopefully next year.
I've like literally dreamt now of putting on an event, but I would only do it once. Like it'd only be a one-time thing. Simple stock.
Simple stock.
That's not a bad name.
I've got a venue in mind, and I'm contemplating just hiring the venue for 2 days and only using it once. So I have the pre-day set up, which makes it easier for everyone. And then in my head, I have it as you being like a host video sort of thing for it, doing a whole big lead up thing to it. But then with all the shows that are around at the moment, I don't know how much interest there'd be in another show adding to them.
Yeah, it'd be hard. Well, I think in some ways your advantage would be probably sticking in your area.
It will be. The venue's in my area.
Yeah. But definitely put it this way. I think you'd have to be prepared in case it went off. Because that car park situation last time was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, no, the venue I have, so the venue I've got in mind has about 300 car park next to it, and I could fit probably about 100 tables, maybe more. But the problem is it's not the best for people getting set up in and out.
Yeah, okay.
So it'll take them time. That's why I'm contemplating the 2-day venue hire, just so all day Saturday I'm there. People can come set up at their own pace. And but then I got to see what the venue's policy is for people leaving things in the venue the night before and all that stuff. So
yeah, you might with that sort of, so because Nyan did that for Thornbury, he stayed overnight because of all the break-ins for Pokemon cards and shit. He had security watch the place overnight, and he stayed there overnight. He always does. He sleeps in his car outside the event the night before a big show. He's fucking crazy, that dude. He's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta start looking into it. I'll get through the next few weeks come tax time. Once I get that all sorted, then I'll have a chat to you and Hi Mark and see what we can work out.
I can definitely promote.
Yeah. The aim I want is to be a proper comic show. So I'd want to work out how I can entice every comic seller there is to come.
Yeah, the problem is with all the shows now is finding the date that doesn't clash with someone else. That is becoming a real problem because there are so many shows now.
Yeah.
So you almost need to contact the other guys to be like, all right, when are your shows? Because I don't want to clash with it, you know? And because Sunbury just someone was telling me the Sunbury guys, for the Sunbury one, they announced, I think they're going to announce the next show, but they had to push it back because the original date they planned clashed with something else. So they said, "Oh no, we'll push it back a little bit then." So
The date I have in mind is pretty much sticking with my normal date,
which is
the first few weeks of Feb. So normally doesn't clash with anyone.
let's have a look at the Simpleverse calendar and what happened. Oh wait, I didn't make it in February this year. I don't think so. There'll be no February dates. Or I can go to what I'll do is I'll go to my content and go back to February and see what vlogs I made in February.
Because
A lot of the, sorry,
yeah, go.
a lot of the events I find they like to use the same dates. It's like, oh, that's our weekend sort of thing.
Yeah.
February, there was Giant Size in February. There was, yeah, you're right. February's pretty free. Yeah, so this year there was a Yarraville at the end of January.
Yeah.
There was Giant Size in Feb. And then there was also the other Yarraville, the Billy's wife's one.
Yeah. So that Billy is another person that I want to try and get on board.
Yeah. Well, he'll definitely do it.
Not to do it, but like to get on board as part of helping, because he's got a lot of those contacts in the actual comic world.
Yeah.
And so, because I got to actually go and see the actual size of the venue again, because it's been a while since I've been there. But I would say 100 to 150 tables, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to do fair amount of comics, sellers a fair few artists, like the local artists, and then toys, but I want it to be a decent mix of everything, not what Oz Comic Con was on the weekend.
More like vintage and modern toy fair, but with more comics.
No, I don't care if there's anime and toys and everything, but there's got to be an even mix of everything, not have 70% one thing and then 30% of everything else. Like, I want it that whoever shows up to the show is going to have a chance to see everything they could possibly want to see.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get going, dude.
No stress.
We will continue this discussion in the future.
We will. So I've got next week, if you're free, if you want to jump on, I'm hopefully, if everything pans out, I'm doing a live box break with 2024 Flair Marvel cards. Don't know if you know them.
Cool.
But one of the artists who did 9 of the cards is coming on live with me.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So I'm going to break the box live with him, and he's going to go through the process of what it's like doing cards for Marvel.
Nice.
And all that. And hopefully we get one of the 9 characters he did in the break.
Nice. So, cool. All right, mate. Well, I probably won't see you before then, so I'll probably see you next week.
Well, good, dude.
All right. See you, mate. Have a good night. Bye.
See you, mate. Bye. Okay. So I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone who catches this on replay. Let me know your thoughts on Teen Titans, if you think they're a good team or not. click the like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you very much. Let's